You do not need motivation to overcome a pornography addiction. Have you ever caught yourself saying, yeah, I was going really, really well with my goals. I was going really, really well with keeping my habits. And then I woke up one day and I just wasn't motivated. So that's why I slipped up. That's why I relapsed. You know, it's one of the most common excuses that we hear from men all the time that are struggling with breaking free from the pornography addiction, that the only reason they haven't found the freedom that they deserve and why they can't execute on what needs to be done every single day because they lack the motivation. And I'm going to tell you right now, if that is the excuse that you are using, I'm going to call you out on your BS, because motivation or lack thereof motivation is not the reason why you haven't yet broken free. Because if you think of anything that you've accomplished in your life, anything that has taken work, discipline, effort, willpower, time, consistency, look across your career, look across your relationships. Maybe you're an athlete, your sports career. Did you only do the things that needed to be done when you were motivated? Or did you do the things because they needed to get done despite how you feel? You know, personal development guru Tony Robbins has a famous saying that our life will transform and change when our shoulds become our must. Our life will transform and change when our shoulds become our must. Every single one of you hearing this or watching this right now knows there are things that you should be doing every single day during your recovery in order to create the freedom that you ultimately deserve. But the reason that you haven't yet broken through, because all of those things are things that you should do versus the things that you must do. When you shift your perspective and you look at everything in your recovery plan, when you shift your perspective and you look at your self-care practices and principles as non-negotiables, despite how I feel, I must get up and get these things done. You know, maybe you're somebody that works at 9 to 5. Maybe you go into an office every single day. You sit behind a cubicle, you sit behind the desk, you plug in on the computer, you data entry, you're taking customer service calls, maybe your management position. Are you motivated every single day to go to work? Absolutely not. But because there's consequences for not going to work, you go do them because it must get done. You know, when I first embarked on a journey of competing in bodybuilding back in 2008, I hadn't really been great at keeping my promises. I was a guy that, you know, I would do things when they felt good. I would stop doing things when they got hard and difficult. I failed my personal training exam the first 3 times I took it because I just didn't feel like going to the workshops. I failed my real estate exam back in 2012 because I didn't really feel like studying. So a lot of things that I'm talking about here with you today are things that I've had to be very intentional about developing in my life. I was an avid quitter for a very, very long time. I was a habitual quitter. It was a part of my wiring, so to speak. But through years of intentional work, through years of surrounding myself with the right mentors, with the right coaches, reading the right books, putting myself in uncomfortable situations every single day, despite how I felt, I developed the discipline and the habit of doing things despite how I feel. You know, if you break down the word motivation, motive is the root word. And motive is something that is outside of you, would be the reason as to why you do the things. So you're placing your entire livelihood, you're placing the success of your recovery on an external source. What if, on the other hand, we were inspired to quit porn? Inspired in spirit, because there's something living inside of us that we know needs to come out. We know there's something living inside of us that can break this addiction. Now, how do you get inspired to overcome a pornography addiction? I think one of the greatest tools that we can use is thinking about the life that we can live without pornography. So as you're sitting here and hearing this or watching this on YouTube right now, I want you to pause. I want you to close your eyes. Think about your life 5 years into the future. You've abstained from pornography. You've broken the chains of this addiction. You remove the urges. You remove the temptation. You are no longer the man that looks at pornography. What does your life look like? What relationships are you able to create? What new opportunities are able to be unlocked for you? What does your health and fitness look like? What can you achieve right now if you took all the hours that you spend watching pornography right now and put them into self-development work for yourself? What can that future life look like for you? But more importantly, in order for that to become a reality, who can you become? If you got really, really clear on that on a daily basis, and you reminded yourself every single morning because you went back and you read this out to yourself through affirmations, do you think that would inspire you to not give in to the temptations? Do you think that would inspire you to resist the urges? Do you think that would inspire you to maybe put the phone away instead of binging on Instagram for 30 minutes when you should be doing something else? I believe so. All the people that you are inspired by, all the people that you look up to, whether they're athletes, entertainers, personal development celebrities, TV host, your pastor, all the men in your life that you aspire to be like didn't get to where they are in their life relying purely on motivation. And here's what we have to understand is if you are struggling with this addiction right now, there is a part of you that is going to be motivated to keep it. There's a part of you right now that actually likes pornography. And that's why you return back to it. And oftentimes that motivation will be stronger than the motivation to quit. Because in your mind, you can't actually see the life without it, but you're living the life with it. And no matter how down and out you feel you are, there is that little part of you living inside that says, hey, Frank, remember what we're like? Come back to us. Come get your porn. So, brother, you must stop looking for the motivation to quit. You must find the inspiration inside of you, but more importantly, you must become the man that sets out on a path of non-negotiables, of daily commitment, of doing the things that need to get done despite how you feel. And how do you know what needs to get done? You have to have a plan. You have to have a roadmap to help you get there. I want to help and give you that plan today. Our Reboot Your Life course, which was the original course that I created back in 2020 that has helped well over 500 men at this point create a 100% life free of pornography. We're running a no-brainer special on this program today. If you visit rebuiltrecovery.com/no-brainer, you get access to the entire 16-week course for only $99. This is a program that we've sold for a minimum of $300 over the last 5 years, and men have paid thousands of dollars to participate in variations of this program. And it can be yours today for just $99. Yes, you can quit porn in the next 16 weeks for less than $1 a day. That in of itself should motivate you to go take action, to find the inspiration, to find the non-negotiables, because inside of that plan, we're going to give you the blueprint of everything you need to do over the next 4 months to create a life 100% free of pornography. So visit rebuiltrecovery.com/no-brainer. I'm going to link it down there in the show notes or in the description box here on YouTube if you're watching on YouTube. But there's no discount code necessary. $99, guys, for the next 16 weeks. Give you the blueprint, the roadmap of everything you need to do. And then it's on you to execute. Guys, we really hope you're getting value out of these episodes. If you are, make sure to hit that subscribe button here on YouTube. We're dropping 3 episodes a week. And if you're listening on the audio side, give us a 5-star rating and written review. But Coach Frank here at Rebuilt Recovery. We love you guys. And we'll see you in the next one.